Hi, I'm Sky, and this is my 4-year cosplay anniversary video. 4 years ago, on Halloween of 2020, I cosplayed Ciel for the very first time. I'd been wanting to cosplay since 2017, so about 3 years before the pandemic hit, but there were a lot of things that had been holding me back. The pandemic either took these things away or gave me time to challenge them, and it gave me time to start pursuing things that I had wanted to do, specifically cosplay. My first Ciel cosplay was a closet cosplay, and it was more of a Ciel-inspired outfit more than anything, composed of a blue dress that I had that I thought fit the Ciel aesthetic, my very first Ciel wig, and my first Bitter Rabbit that I had bought for Valentine's Day that year. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was having a lot of fun and I was very passionate about Ciel and his character and Black Butler in general, so I just went with it. I had the best time that Halloween. It definitely ignited this desire in me, which was then further fueled by friends that I'd already made in the cosplay community. So after Halloween, I wanted to keep going and I wanted to do a Ciel outfit from the manga, from the anime, and so I ordered my first Ciel cosplay, and I had my second attempt at cosplaying Ciel in December of 2020. If I recall correctly, my binder and my cosplay came in on the same day, and I put it all together and did a first look, and I was so excited. It was very emotional for me. I've been wanting to cosplay Ciel for so long, and he had become so significant to me already, and this was just a further step. I had no idea what the next 4 years would bring, but if I had, I think I would have been very excited. I have made so many incredible friends and I've met my partner, and it's just been unbelievable. I love all of my Ciel cosplays so much. They are all so important and so significant to me, but there are a couple that have a special place in my heart, and I would like to share those with you today and maybe look ahead to what I want to do with my Ciel cosplays in future. So let's get started with number 5. It's been a very long time since I was in this cosplay and it feels so good to be back. I put it on and I couldn't stop smiling, and it reminded me so much of the first time that I ever put it on. This cosplay takes the number 5 spot on my top 5 Ciel cosplays list. I've added my own touches to this cosplay as the years have gone on. I've had it tailored a couple of times. I've changed the buttons on the front and also on the cuffs. And I've had velvet added to the collar, the pocket, the pleats, and there's a velvet bow in the back. I'll take the jacket off and show you in a minute. But this one is very special to me. It was my first Ciel cosplay, and it's got such a special place in my heart, and putting it back on just now, I haven't worn this cosplay in a very long time, and I haven't worn it since I had the velvet put on, and it just takes it to a different level for me, and I am thrilled with where this cosplay in particular is at. I have no doubt there will be more changes to it as the years go on, but this one feels like coming home, and I got a little bit emotional putting it back on today. I did want to show you the velvet detailing that has been added to this coat. In particular, I'm really pleased with the bow on the back of the coat. It's really long, and it swishes when I walk, and it just makes me really happy. And then there has also been some velvet added to the pleats. So it kind of peeks out when I'm walking, but when it's resting, it's closed, but it looks really good when I'm walking. I love this cosplay so much. It's been there for me through thick and thin, good days and bad. This cosplay in particular shows me and reminds me how far I've come and where I started at and how I've changed and evolved. And I have lots of room to keep growing. There are so many things that I'm learning. I'm teaching myself how to sew right now so I can start making my own cosplays one day, hopefully. It makes me really happy. I feel like if I would have known at the beginning of all of this where I'd be right now, I would have been so excited to get started, and I would have gotten started sooner. And number 4 spot on this list is something of a dream cosplay of mine, and I'm really excited to show it to you. Let's go. All right, the number 4 spot on my cosplay list belongs to the Book of Murder figure cosplay. This one was always a dream cosplay of mine. I love the Book of Murder figure that this is based off of. I'll go grab him in a second. But I love the detailing on it. It is so intricate, and the train is incredibly long, and there's a bunch of frills in the back, and it's just such a fun cosplay. I got this one about 2 years ago and foolishly wore it to a con in the middle of June, an unair-conditioned sheet metal building. It was not a great con venue for summertime, but it was still a lot of fun. To me, this one feels very regal, it's very flashy, and I just really enjoy wearing it. It's so in a couple of hook and eye clasps on the train to kind of bustle it up, because it is quite long and it just keeps going. So walking around con with this is no fun. You get stepped on a lot, so I do kind of hook it up while I'm walking around. I'm gonna get the Book of Murder figure so we can stand side by side. this cosplay so much. There are a few improvements I'd like to make. It does need a few repairs. But overall, this is one of my very favorite cosplays. I feel amazing in it, and it just makes me so happy. With that out of the way, let's go on to the next one. The number 3 spot on my list belongs to the Ice Prince cosplay. I got this one, I want to say, about 2 years ago as well, and it was so exciting. I was so thrilled. I had done closet Ice Prince cosplays before, and I had been working on cosplay pieces for it before I even got the cosplay. I made this necklace here, and I also made the crown. I stayed up until 3 a.m. one night with a bunch of beads and wire, and I didn't have a pattern or anything, I just kind of went with my gut. And I'm really pleased with it. It makes me really happy. I'm absolutely obsessed with I believe it's the chapter 101.5 side story, His Butler Requested, where Sir Arthur has a dream about all of the Kuro characters in fairy tales, and Ciel is Little Red Riding Hood, and then the Ice Prince. I've been finding that I enjoy cosplaying from the odd, obscure side stories, the figure cosplay. I think it's such a gorgeous side story. It adds so much to the story of Kuro, and I wish that it had been serialized in the manga. I wish more people knew about it, and I live in hopes that we will one day get an animated OVA for it because it would be gorgeous. This is a 1/3 Delusion cosplay, and it is one of the nicest cosplays I own. It's very detailed. I'll give you a couple of shots of the snowdrop flower bow on the back. It's got snowflake cutouts on the bottom. It's really cool. I love this cosplay so much that in January, when there's still snow on the ground, I will go out and do a photo shoot in the Ice Prince cosplay while the conditions are correct, bundle up in coats, and then go out in this very thin gossamer. It's just so much fun. It's such a pretty cosplay. The detail of the lace on the collar, even the pattern along the collar here, which you can't see super well all the time. I just think it's gorgeous. Such a delicate and ethereal cosplay, and I love wearing it. Unlike Ciel in this side chapter, I am far too much of a wimp to go barefoot in the snow, so I have some ballet flats that I usually wear with this cosplay. Also would really like to cosplay Snow King Sebastian at some point. His crown is so cool. His entire outfit is just breathtaking and so powerful, and I love it. All right, moving on up to second place. Second place on my list goes to Smile. The amount of joy that this cosplay brings me is immeasurable. I got this cosplay, I want to say, in about 2021, and I've been through 2 versions of this cosplay. I've taken elements from both and combined them. I replaced the ribbon on the original one with this one. I also replaced the buttons on the lapel and at the closure, and I also hand sewed a bunch of lace to the train, and that's my favorite part. I spent 3 or 4 hours on a Sunday hand sewing the lace on the train, and this cosplay is very special to me. I feel like I have put a lot of time and my heart into this one, and it just makes me really happy. It's also really unique and it's different, and we don't usually see Ciel wearing something like this. This cosplay has been a few different places. I took it to a carnival once and had a lot of fun taking pictures, and I also took it with me when I went to go visit Victor in England for KitaCon in 2022. I think this cosplay is just really fun and bright and really contrasting to what Ciel usually wears, and I love it. But now, for the number 1 spot on my list. Take it away, Future Sky. And the number 1 spot on my Ciel cosplay list goes to the Houndstooth. This cosplay comes from the second art book cover where Ciel is wearing this houndstooth outfit, some red shoes. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of art. And I love wearing this one. I love wearing it to con. I love wearing it just when I'm cosplaying at home. It's very flowy and dramatic, and it's got that red pop of color, and it's just such a good outfit. It's also one of my most comfortable cosplays, surprisingly enough. I adore it, even though the gloves stain my hands red sometimes. There's a lot of rogue dye that I haven't gotten out yet. This cosplay is very special to me. I have so many happy memories associated with it. The first year that I was cosplaying, I attended Anime Bonsai for the first time. RIP Anime Bonsai. It was the second day of con. I came home and this was waiting on the porch, and I tried it on that night, and then I wore it to con for the last day, scrapped my cos plans for the last day of con and wore this, and it was so incredible. The movement in it when you walk is just amazing. And then that day we went out to the park and the wind was kicking up, and it just took the train and lifted it, and it was so amazing. It was so much fun. If I can find videos, I'll put them here. It's very elegant and very detailed. So we have the houndstooth pattern further up, and then the further down you go, it morphs into these birds. It's such an incredible detail, and I think that's what I love so much about this. My favorite cosplays have been the really detailed ones that are very specific, For example, the Ice Prince cosplay, the Book of Murder figure, things that aren't necessarily in the mainstream canon but are these strange little offshoots of it that are still canonical but are a little bit more out of the way. They just feel really special to me, and I love this cosplay. An honorable mention, of course, goes to all of my other Ciel cosplays. It was really hard picking just a couple to be my absolute favorite. I love all of them. They all make me so incredibly happy and they all make me feel very confident, and I adore cosplaying Ciel. He is so important to me and I love every single last one of my cosplays. These are just the ones that happen to make me feel the very best. So shout out to my Weston cosplay that needs to be repaired right now and is sitting in my closet. Shout out to the Volume 6 cover cosplay. Love you so much. Also, shout out to my green cosplay from season 1 that I had to have altered so many times because it was made so poorly. This is why I'm learning how to sew. Anyway, thank you, Houndstooth. I kind of lied because I said that this was going to be my top 5 Ciel cosplays, but when I sat down to really look at them, there were 2 that tied for first place, and so I'm going to show you my other first place Ciel cosplay now. Tying for first place is this cosplay. I believe this one comes from a couple of the very early chapters. We see Ciel wearing something very similar to this during the Jack the Ripper arc, but this one I got about 2 years ago, again in the autumn. I feel like I come alive in the autumn and I'm more creative. I bought this one in the autumn, it came super quick, and this one feels like it fits me the best out of all of them. It feels the best, it's the most comfortable, and it just makes me really happy. I switched out the buttons. The buttons it came with were pretty cheap and plastic looking, but these fit very well. I put some on the cuffs as well, and I just love the way this one feels. It makes me so happy, and if I don't know what to wear to a con, I often default to this one because it just feels nice. It's comfortable to wear all day, and I like how it looks with the coat but also without the jacket on. This is more of a I'm hanging around the manor and doing paperwork look, and then this is, oh no, dinner company is coming over and I have to greet them and act civil until my demon butler takes care of them. So I love the way this one spins. Anyway, this one makes me incredibly happy, so this one is absolutely tied for first. I can't believe that it has been 4 years of cosplaying. I can't wait to see what the next 4 and beyond hold, and hopefully in the next little bit I'll be able to make my own cosplays that feel just as special to me, and I'm really excited about that. There were so many things that were holding me back from cosplaying, and now knowing how much joy it has brought me, if I could go back and tell myself something, it would be to start sooner. It quite literally took the world shutting down for me to start doing something that I had wanted to do for so long, and it has made me so incredibly happy. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating 4 years of cosplaying with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Happy Halloween! Bye, guys!